welcome back to another episode of Absolutely Pickle, the best pickleball podcast on the planet. And this week we have another special guest. Lee, would you like to do the honors and introduce the fabulous looking guy next to you?
Absolutely. This man and I go way back, not as far back as you and I, but Bermuda Davis Cup captain.
Oh, wow.
Let's say player. Should be captain soon.
Should be captain soon, but let's not jinx it. Competed against him in the Island Games. Met him in 2005. He is done phenomenal things in Bermuda with his tennis academy, and he is now coming over to the dark side and embracing pickleball. The one, the only, Gavin Manders.
Lee and I, like she said, we go back to Gibraltar days. I just retired from tennis last summer. Initially, it was Island Games. I was planning on playing a bit more tennis in Davis Cup, but I got home and I was kind of exhausted. I had tore my pec muscle at Island Games and was just kind of beat up and still needed to be active. So I started hitting the pickleball around. I got my certification 4 years ago, but just never really used it.
Yep.
And quite honestly, just like fell in love like immediately. And within 4 months, I'm now the National Pickleball Director. Came out, just got a silver with one of my students. We've started an academy, a junior academy that starts on April 8th back home.
Oh, brilliant.
And we're about to go in all the schools across the board in Bermuda, all the public schools, primary and middle, to start pickleball in the schools. So things are moving quite fast.
Wow, that's amazing. Amazing. Now, I can hear your accent, which is lovely. I always give Lee a hard time because she's got this Gibraltar accent, which just sounds messed up, right? But yours is coming through beautifully. So we've got to keep you talking because I'm...
Yeah, no, that's everyone likes the Bermuda accent.
Island relaxed feel already just talking to you. Okay, so you said, I mean, we've talked about, obviously, you played at a very high level at tennis, right? Did you play from juniors all the way up and tennis was what you got into? Did you, what was your...
I played all sports. My family's a big sports family, but I fell in love with tennis. Cricket was actually my best sport.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my family. My dad just finished a term as the president of the pickleball. See, look at that pickleball in my head. Of the Cricket Association back home. My family plays for Cup Match, which is another big event in Bermuda. Another cousin that played professional football or soccer, depending on who's speaking.
But the bottom line is hand-eye coordination, obviously there from the get-go. What position in cricket were you?
First ball opening batsman.
Okay.
So I actually just came back to that after 22 years. That's why I was thinking of what team I'm about to go on loan. But yeah, after 22 years, I came back and started playing a little bit about 18 months ago.
Yeah.
But in general, played all of them. But tennis was the first love. I've been coaching tennis, have my own company, have 10 years into academy back home. So
that was an easy transition then to doing a pickleball. Is the pickleball academy attached to the tennis academy or is it completely?
It will literally, we would just mirror what we did in tennis and bring it to pickleball.
Yeah.
Some of the players would be able to choose. So there'll actually be a blend within it that they have a percentage. The families will choose what percent they look to do of each. So there'll be some that are just dedicated to tennis, some that are just dedicated to pickleball. But honestly, the wider range of the kids that we're having, because we're a small island, is developmental still, even if they are close to the national level. So we're going to give them a blend and figure out which one that they end up being better at so that, we can give them a better pathway within it.
That's amazing. Okay, I have to can I tell my cricket joke? Lee, am I allowed?
So go for it,
because I just
Gavin may not laugh.
Well, yeah, you may not laugh, but it goes like this. The boy stood on the burning deck playing a game of cricket. The ball went up his trouser leg and stumped his middle wicket. I can't tell it very often because no one here knows what bloody cricket is. So, if they do, they ask me, how long have you got? I've got time to explain it.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good.
Thank you very much. Okay, that's my joke for the day. Okay, cool. So how did it go for you this weekend in Miami?
So it was a mixed thing all around, like from a networking and seeing the event and really like sparking my interest to start training a bit more. Phenomenal. The organization of me coming here as a first time trying to find partners and stuff was a bit of a tricky
challenge.
so
Yeah.
I was trying to play 5-0 mixed. Partner fell through because she was playing pro women's doubles, the qualifier event. So I only got to play one event. I didn't get into the singles, was a little late into getting my registration in. But, you know, I played with my student, whose first pickleball tournament ever, and we got a silver in the 4-5.
Oh, amazing.
It pretty much isolated me out there, which is always a humbling experience on the pickleball court.
You're leaning over, trying to get involved. You're like, what about
I
play? I paid an entry fee. Let me play.
I definitely moved probably more than if they did play me because I was trying to get the ball. So I'm pretty beat up. But it was a great experience. It was like 12-10 in the third set for the gold. And for him, he's a story of somebody that really tennis got too much at a certain point. So he was done with sports, actually put on some weight. And pickleball has been something that, you know, I've told his family what's coming with it. He has good hands. He wasn't a great mover on the tennis court. So it actually, you know, narrows it down for him a bit.
Sure.
Even though it's a lot of work, which he found this week was a lot more than he actually thought. It's been a great, you know, next chapter for him.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the main things that I'm really enjoying about pickleball is there's such a holistic approach to the impact that it's having on people's lives.
Yeah.
And I'm an impact to scale type of guy now at this point in my life. I've won enough championships and I'm more focused on what can I do with my skill sets to help other people.
Yeah.
And just exponentially grows my ability to do that.
Yeah.
There's so many people that can play it, right? Versus tennis is super technical. Most sports are highly technical. Pickleball, you can have within an hour you can get people playing, and their acceleration is their learning curve is very, very easy, and they see progress quickly too.
We had 32 PE teachers, all the PE teachers from primary and middle school, and they all fell in love with it, which is now why we're going to get in the schools. Yeah. And it's tough to do that, and it really does just uniquely allow you to be yourself and lower entry level so that we can get started and then find out what you can do with it from there.
Exactly. You know, I mean, obviously we came from tennis background too, and we played and learned the skill set early on. But, you know, in schools, it's such a hard sport. So they're not having that joy that when, you know, you get a pickleball out there and, you know, you can hear it even at the park. We always talk about this. I walk down the park now and there's people playing tennis, but if they're not very good, they're having like rallies of 2 or 3 and we're like, how is that fun? You know, and then you hear the pickleball lot all just laughing and chucking it up, you know, and they're having great points and whooping and hollering. And it's like, that's so the joy of pickleball is the thing that I love most about it, you know, that it's just getting people, and you can play with grandma and you can play with your little kid and you can play with guys and girls on the court and everybody can have fun. You know, it's not, I mean, obviously at your level, there's sort of levels of where you're at, but from a rec standpoint, you know, it's everybody can have fun together and it doesn't matter who shows up. So brilliant. Okay, well, we're going to dive in now to, Gavin, what we call our Dear AP section. So, you know, in a magazine where you have Dear Abby and they write in with questions and then the Abby answers them. Well, we decided to do a Dear AP version of that. So we have 2 questions. Normally we only have Lee here to answer them, but this time we get your expertise and brain power as well. Sure. So the first question is from Freddie in the UK, and it's real simple. He says, is it better to drive the third shot drop or third shot, I should say, or to drop it? What's the situation? I would give him a situational one, but I'd love your answers on this one.
It's definitely situational.
Yeah.
I mean, are you playing bangers? Then maybe drop. Where's the return? It's all based on where the ball is on the court and who you're playing, right?
Okay.
Other than that, it's like, I think that some people now are looking to drop the third, drive the fifth. You're definitely looking to be aggressive, but hitting an aggressive third, is also very, very good. That doesn't mean you're driving that third. It's still just an aggressive
If you're playing a banger, here's the thing though, if you're playing a banger and they bang it back to you and you know, you need to sort of take your time, let the ball drop on the third if you're going to do the third shot drop. Does that make it harder coming from a banger, or are you literally feeding off their pace and trying to set that, you know, put in that third rather than bang it right back to them?
I mean, you're like, if you bang your third, right? The problem is that you can get caught in transition with a hard volley coming back to you, and now you don't have time. And your fifth now is compromised. So it all depends, because typically when you're driving, you're trying to get your weight forward.
Yeah.
And you're forward, but that ball's coming back quicker.
Yeah.
So, you know, Freddie, you know what? Freddie's actually in a boot, because I do know Freddie. Freddie broke his foot at this tournament. Freddie will always drive the ball. So Freddie. Yeah.
So Freddie needs to learn the drop. And
he just needs to work on his recovery. Personal
question on the third. Sometimes I'm like, is there a place where you direct it? Is it better to go down the middle? Is again situational? Do I go to the person I think is going to struggle the most? Is it better to go third shot drop, you know, to the person that's just come in because they might not be stable? I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. Yeah, it's like typically if you're coming from tennis, right, we're really good out here. So you don't want to drive out here to tennis first, because that's easy volleys, right? So you want to go more hips. And then do they sit forehand? Do they sit backhand? Yeah, you can be, your third becomes a lot easier if you're playing somebody who's slow on the way in, because you've got more room. But you also don't want to float the ball, because the guy, whoever's their partner, can come across and attack. So it's very, you know, it's dependent on the ball and the point and whatever.
And also,
and the level, yeah.
Yeah.
It's also level dependent. It's like, and to me, if you're a banger and you're a 3-0, like I really would encourage you to learn how to drop, because at some point, if you want to get better, you have to have a drop in your repertoire. Even though you bang most of the time, occasionally you have to have soft hands to work the points.
One more question on this: depth of return. So if the return is deep, obviously I'm generally dropping, right? But if the return is a decent return, but it's not that deep, but it doesn't have a lot of height on it that sits up for me to bang it, is that the right time to drop as well? Like, do you drop mid-court, or do you generally? So you do. So you don't always drive a shorter ball. You kind of still vary it depending on the depth.
If it's like lower shin ankle height, you've got to drop it.
You got to drop it. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
And you can be a bit more aggressive in your third, in your tent with the third shot, right?
Yeah.
You just can put a bit more feel on it so that you can get that pop up for that fifth shot.
Got it. Okay. Question number 2 is from Janice in Mobile, Alabama, and she has a paddle question. It's basic. What is the best paddle for her? I think she's a 3-5. But we don't know how her style of play or whatever. So I guess, can you guys give us any insights into paddles for rec players as they get better? And I have a question on thoughts on the 14 millimeter versus 16 millimeter.
Okay, so Janice, 3-5, just buy the paddle that matches your outfit, whatever color, right?
I was about to say, whatever looks great. And you enjoy it. There, I bet you if I blindfolded Janice, is Janice, right?
Yeah.
And gave her 10 paddles, she would have no clue what those things are. Go with the look and go out there and have fun.
Okay, got it. Okay.
The technology is so good now. I mean,
yeah. Okay, so then let's go 4-5 player. 4-5 player, and now in fact, let's use my mate Jen. I have a mate called Jen Zorb, and she. What kind of paddle do you use, Gavin?
A good one.
A good one.
I use a 6.0, but I'm very new into I'm a good example of I can play with anything.
Yeah, the frying pan, you'd be fine.
I haven't been given enough information for it to matter. Right now. I just go out and have a good feel.
But his hands are also that good.
Yeah.
So there's that, right? But no, I mean, look, there's so many paddles out there. Honestly, it's like, if you're a banger, then maybe you want a 16 millimeter, which is a little bit more control. So it's a little softer. So you can like reset better and control your drinks. And, you know, I mean, if a 40, anything like 14 millimeters and below, you're going into a power series. It's going to be poppier. It's going to be harder to control. You know, it works better in hands battles. You can, you know, if you flex your speed ups, are going to come off a little bit faster, but you're giving up a little bit of control. So it's all about what kind of player you are, what's your style, and what's the best paddle suited for your style.
Okay, I'm actually selfishly. So Jen, she was trying out and she ended up liking, I think she liked the 16 millimeter more, but she was come from a tennis banger background. And actually we were hitting and she has been trying to hit a backhand, but it's a funky slice. And I'm like, what did you do in tennis? She said, well, actually I'm double-handed both sides. And not only that, she's baseball double-handed. So she has her left hand, this is going to be hard for you lefties, but she has her left hand at the bottom, right hand at the top, and she used to hit a backhand like a, you know, so her...
Like Celis.
Yes. And so I said, just, we were hitting, I was feeding her, and she said, just put your other hand on, just do what you did in tennis. Amazing. I'm like, why the hell did you try and do anything different? Just because it's a short paddle. She was trying to kind of get a one-handed backhand down. I'm like, oh, that, no, just hit it the way you hit it in tennis. We'll figure out the rest. So anyway.
Well, honestly, it's like Gavin's come into the sport now at a time where the technology in the paddle is way better than 5 years ago. Yeah. 5 years ago, super smooth surface, so you like hammer nail, right? You just like you couldn't really slice, do anything. And like now, coming from a tennis background, and like he's using the 6-0, there's got plenty of grit on it. Like he can grab the ball topspin, you can do stuff with the ball that's a lot more similar to tennis than, you know, 5 years ago.
Can do. All right, well, that's our DOP. Now we get to the fun questionnaire, Gavin, so get ready.
It's all about you.
Tie up your boots. It's all about you. He's so chill. He's from Bermuda. He's like, bring it. I don't care. Where's my cocktail? Okay, question number 1, pal. What's your favorite word?
My favorite word would be love.
Oh.
But not intended.
No, just love.
Just love. Okay, love it. What's your least favorite word? What's the word you can't stand hearing?
Failure.
All right, good. Okay, what noise do you love to hear?
That's a good question. I love to hear, like, I'm a big nature guy, so, you know, I would say waterfall, rain, you know, that type of vibe is probably right up my alley. I'm actually going to live on a waterfall for 5 days starting tomorrow. Oh. Just as a recharge. I've got a lot of stuff that I'm doing with it. Adding the pickleball to my already busy life.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a lot, all positive, but I'm going to do a recharge. So the sound, I'm going to go listen to a waterfall for 5 days.
In Bermuda?
No, we don't have waterfalls. It's in Jamaica.
In Jamaica. Oh, nice. I went there.
In Berrydale and on the Rio Grande River.
Oh, how fun. All right. Well, that'd be nice. Okay. On the flip side, what noise do you hate?
Well, actually, the shrieking of female tennis players.
Yes. Right with you. No need. Completely unnecessary. Don't know why they do it. Very annoying. And now some of the
expect the ball to come a little bit harder with the amount of effort that they put into the scream.
Well, Serena Williams used to turn up the volume when she wanted to intimidate, but the general shrieking is unnecessary. So I like that one. Okay. If you weren't this prolific pickleball expansion guy doing all this stuff with middle schools and everything around pickleball expanding the sport, if there was a profession other than that, what would it be that you'd like to attempt? Now, it has to be something you've never tried. So what profession would you like to attempt that you've never tried if you weren't doing it?
A profession that I've never... I'd be a holistic healer.
Oh, that's a new one. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I would be.
Fantastic.
I would heal through like natural herbs and all that type of stuff.
Okay, and just kind of do the hands-on thing where you don't actually touch them, but it just kind of...
Well, that's more like energy. That too, though. I wouldn't mind that. I'm big into that type of stuff.
Was it easy? Yeah.
So yeah, maybe a mixture of both. That's kind of like Reiki and like using, you know, energy healing stones, all of that. Yeah, I would do that type of stuff.
Okay, that's cool. On the flip side, what profession would you absolutely not want to try ever?
That's a great question. What profession would I not want to try ever? I wouldn't want to be a politician.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I know how to navigate politics, but I would never want to be in that.
No. Okay, good answer. Okay, favorite curse word, please, sir.
Fuck.
There we go.
Fuck.
It's such a simple one. We get through that
Yeah.
real quick. I think
Yeah,
there's
I say it with
95%
people used to actually, funny story about the island games. I've had people from different countries that I've gone saying how passionate they love how passionate I curse.
Oh,
Seriously.
yeah.
Like they were like, you're not like, it doesn't sound as bad when you say it because you're just like, you just seem like you're just saying it in a specific way. It was weird. I've never, only in these other countries, not like where I come from.
No.
It happened in Scotland. When I was in Scotland, this random older guy came up and was like, man, I mean, you just curse with such passion. Yeah, it's like, among court, it wasn't like, I did get a couple code violations and stuff, but
Yeah. Well, you're not doing your job, are you? If you haven't
You're
done
not
it.
trying if you're not getting a code violation,
yeah,
right?
I mean,
Exactly.
I'm a very energy type guy. I'm actually looking forward. I actually had one really fiery match. This guy woke up my inner like traveling tennis guy was coming at me in this tournament right here and just brought out the fire in me.
What about the beast?
Actually, probably how we won, to be honest, because my partner what happened was he ended up then fighting with me on the court, and that's where I took it. So
Well, and you're close quarters on a pickleball too. I mean,
but he lost the plot, so he stopped playing my partner and started trying to beat me, and that's how we won.
You're like, bring it.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, he unleashed the Kraken. Oh my gosh, amazing. Okay, final question.
Okay.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say to you when you reach the pearly gates?
That's a funny one. If heaven exists, what would I have God say to me when I walk through the gates? Hello again.
Oh, you've been there before. You've been reincarnated.
Yeah, I have a little bit of a different view on. I think if you live in the right way, you're already in heaven.
Okay, I love it. Okay, nicely done. We've had the whole thing about it could be a woman, so she might say.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. Lee's is a little bit more basic. What's yours, Lee?
Mine's like, you got in on the curve.
Yeah.
Like, like what? No, I was a lucky loser.
Lucky loser.
I was a lucky loser.
And I got a wild card entry.
Yeah.
I got a wild card entry.
But we didn't ask. We skipped one question.
Oh.
What profession would you not ever want to do? Oh no, we did say politician. Never mind.
Yeah, politician.
Yeah, my bad. Sorry, it's like Sunday.
I've got more time.
You've been
busy. You've been busy winning trophies and things, so it's fine. There's only me. And by the way, you realise that I'm in the kitchen, Gavin. So every week I'm in violation in the kitchen, and she's wherever I can find her. So that's kind of the joke.
No, I caught that early.
Yeah.
Lefty speaks everything.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Yeah, and I love the pink outfit.
Appreciate it. Yeah. Well, that's our national colors, and I figure while I'm here for we're also looking at the Atlantic Cup for Bermuda. So we got the coach right here.
So you know how you didn't want to be a politician, but probably you're doing the whole political thing as you know.
No, I know how to do it.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't want to do that as my job. I can do it in the times that I need to because it's necessary, but that's also why I would not want to be it.
No.
Now,
have you two ever played together? Because two lefties.
In pickleball, no.
No, we haven't played tennis or pickleball together. We played against each other.
Yeah.
Have we played against each other? I don't think we've even played against each other. We've just been on opposing teams.
I think we were just opposing. I don't remember playing because I
would be very afraid if we unleashed your Kraken and hers, because you don't mess with that one. She's going to tag your ass. And if you two together, if we pissed you off, I'd be running for the hills.
I mean, I think it'd be a great exhibition.
Yeah.
I think we should do that in Bermuda.
Yeah, we should.
You should. And then we should have him come to the HQ.
Yep.
Do a live stream in Florida. Oh,
absolutely.
Well, super nice to meet you, Gavin. Best
Yes,
of
you as
luck
well.
with everything you're doing. It sounds amazing what you're doing in Bermuda. So, final question, Lee. What we usually ask is how can we follow you and whatnot?
Yeah, where can people follow you? Any information that we can send to help grow
Yeah,
Bermuda.
I mean,
Pickleball.
I have G_Manders_BDA on Instagram. I also have MTM Bermuda. But info@mtm.bm is an email. And I mean, I wear multiple hats. So like now I'm with the PAB, which is the Pickleball Association of Bermuda, who have brought me on as National Pickleball Director. So you can like contact through them as well.
Yeah.
I've also created another charity, which is Tennis, Pickleball, and Padel intertwined together for educational and career pathways. That's one of the main objectives is empowerment, women empowerment in those sports as well. And then connecting with the community clubs to show them developmental pathways that you could use in pickleball and padel to bring into their cricket and football facilities, because that's what we have in Bermuda.
Right.
So that's the best way. It's outside. You just Google me and you'll be able to find my contact information.
His phone number is also behind bathroom door number 2.
Yes.
Scratched it with Gab was here.
Yes.
Yeah, just the number. Just the number.
Yes.
Only if someone was brave enough to call it do you get through.
Got it. So you got to,
like a speakeasy number.
Yeah, it's like a password.
All right, well, you guys go have fun for the rest of the time in Miami, or just go home and chill, and go to your. I'm excited to. Yeah, there you go. Have a little sip on that and go and sit by a waterfall and recharge.
That's why I got sidetracked earlier. I had put the drink in. She didn't tell me what time I was coming on, so I was in there in the section just having some sips, and she was like, "Oh, just come out." I was like, "Oh shit." Like, okay.
It happens all the time, mate. She just texts me and goes, "Oh, are we ready now?" I'm like, "Jesus, I haven't even set up yet."
I know, but it's reflex training.
Yeah,
true. Yeah, I can work on the fly.
She's the monster I've created because I'm just available, and I'm like, "I'll do it." Okay, fine. So, well, anyway, really nice to meet you, mate.
Pleasure to meet you.
Have a great time. Enjoy the rest of the day, and we will let you know when this is live and online. It'll be on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio. It's on our YouTube page. It's on our website. So we'll let you know. All right.
Phenomenal.
Cool. All right. We'll see you guys later.
Great one.